Hello everyone. Now I'm going to show you some simple exercises that you can do in your living room with a chair and an ottoman and or either one. Okay, they're very easy exercises. You can do them in a very short amount of time, and you can sit there and be watching whatever you're watching on TV, get up just during the commercials and do it, whatever you want to do. The first one is for the lower body. It is a squat exercise which helps the quads and the hamstrings, the thighs and the backs of your legs. Be very careful if you have knee problems to start these all off very slow and a very small range of motion until you see how your body is going to react the next day. Some soreness is good. A lot of soreness, you don't want to have that, especially when you're working out yourself at home. General rule of thumb is if it's hurting in the muscles, that's good. If it's hurting in the joints, that's bad. So you want to make sure it should not hurt in the knees, the hips, if we're doing upper body, the shoulders, the elbows, anything like that. So make sure if that happens, you can always email me and ask me for tips. Just tell me, say, on whatever particular exercise, I felt it here, and I can help you from there. Okay, the first one I'm going to show you is the sit down, stand up on a chair. Super easy, but it can get your heart rate up pretty quick and really work out those legs. So you want to have your feet a good 6 to 8 inches away from the edge of the chair. Maybe not the legs, depending on the legs of the chair, but the edge of the chair. Then from here, you're going to push your butt back, and then you sit down. You're going to tap the chair with your behind and then stand back up. So once you feel comfortable with that, you can sit down, tap, stand back up. If you feel very uncoordinated or you feel like you're going to fall over, you can always have another chair here to have your hand on to help you with the balance. So just sit down, stand up. Once you get comfortable with it, you can add breathing to it by breathing in as you sit down, out as you stand up. You're going to want to try to do these all in intervals. So you're going to try to go for about a minute. You can take about a 30-second break and then go back to this one for a minute. Now I want you to try to do them 2 to 3 times. So you're doing this, a minute on, 30 seconds, minute off, back on, back off. The next one I'm going to show you for the legs is what's called a simple lunge. Again, for this lunge, you're just going to want to turn your chair around so you have the back of the chair to help you with balance. When you're first starting with lunges, you're going to really make sure that you don't go too big. Especially those of you who used to be like athletes in high school, college, whatever, you were probably taught to do a lunge to where your knee touches the ground. You do not have to do that. You're going to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And you want to imagine that your feet are on railroad tracks. So if I had my right foot on one track, my left foot is wide and on the other track. So basically, I'm not standing on a tightrope like this. I'm standing with my feet on railroad tracks. So I'm here. Again, you don't have to have a whole ton of space, but basically the rule of thumb is when you bend your back knee, see how right here my knee is directly over my ankle and it doesn't push forward, and then I come back up. So very simple, very small to start with. Again, just seeing how your body reacts the next day. Some people get the 2-day soreness. For these, you're going to want to probably do about 30 seconds on, switch the legs, 30 seconds on the other side, and then 30 seconds, minute off. These you only want to do 2 times because you've already done the sit down, stand up quad exercise. You don't want your legs to be too sore. So then the last one you're going to want to do for the lower body standing here is you can have your hand again on your chair, and it's just a simple calf raise. You push through the balls of the feet, lifting your heels off the ground and dropping back down. So it's push and lift, dropping back down, squeeze, and down. What you don't want to do for calf raises, what I see a lot of people doing is they just sort of sling through the ankles like this, and they're really not feeling it very much in their calves. Their tops of their feet and their ankles are going to feel it the next day, not the calves. So you want to push and squeeze, lowering back down, push and squeeze, lowering back down. For the upper body, moving into that, starting with a simple push-up. You're going to have, if you are just starting out exercising, this is how you're going to want to do your push-ups. You're going to have your knees on the floor here. You want to squeeze your behind together here, and then from here, just bend your elbows and push back up. Going up from there, you can put the balls of your feet on the floor, making sure that when you push on your ottoman, make sure that it's not going to slide out from underneath you. You're here, so that just basically takes off some of that angle that you would be doing on the floor. And then from here, and then also if you have wrist problems, the ottoman can really help you out with that. Like some people cannot put their hands straight down like this, they have to put their hands around the side, so you're here, and that can really help to alleviate that wrist pressure. And then the next push-ups you can do on the floor, you're here, your knees on the floor, squeeze your behind together, and go small. From there, next stage up, you come up here, and you can come just a regular simple push-up. For the core, and we always hear about what is core. Core is not just abs. Like if you're doing crunches, crunches only get the center part of your abs. Your core is your abs, your obliques, which is your waistline, and your back. To be able to strengthen your abs, you have to have a strong back. So this is the simplest exercise to do. It's called a center elbow plank. All you do, again, you can start off on your knees if you need to. You put your elbows underneath your shoulders, your knees hip width apart, your forearms are on the floor, and you hold here. You're going to try to hold for about 30 seconds if you can, moving all the way up to 2 minutes depending on how strong your core gets. Now this is extremely easy for you. You're going to come up onto a regular elbow plank here with the feet hip width, forearms on the floor, holding strong. Again, making sure not to sag that butt low. You want to keep it really strong and straight. It's called a plank because you want to have it straight from the shoulders through your hips all the way down to your heels. Okay, thank you so much for watching this, and I hope that this helps you out with your workouts at home. I hope you use it. Remember, each exercise, just trying to get about a minute, taking between 30 seconds to a minute break in between. See you next time.